So everybody knows about Breckenridge and Vail, but what if I told you there's another fly under the radar mountain town here in Summit County that nobody really knows about, that has true privacy, ski in, ski out properties, and long-term value without any of the big crowds of Vail or Breckenridge? That's right, today guys, we're in Copper Mountain, Colorado. So a brief introduction on Copper Mountain. You can probably see the mountain behind me a little bit in this shot here. What's great about Copper Mountain is the way that it is naturally divided. And what I mean by that is that the beginner terrain starts on the far west side, excuse me. And as you traverse farther east, it gets more advanced. And what's great about that is that it keeps everybody in their lane. So the tourists who don't ski all that often or are beginners, they tend to flock towards that easier side of the mountain farther west, because there's tons of greens and blues without the possibility of running into a black run. And then again, as you come farther west, right here in the East Village, you've got more expert terrain. So as a copper enthusiast myself, I love coming here because I'm a proficient skier. And when I come here, I go straight to the East Village because I've got the black diamonds and the double black diamonds, and it makes it great because I'm not running into tourists who maybe they don't really ski that often. And as a lot of you seasoned skiers know, when you're on the same run as a tourist run or a kid's run, people are just darting left and right. They're really not making smooth turns, and it's nice to have that separation. The other great thing about Copper is that it is an icon mountain, so it doesn't get nearly as crowded as, say, Breckenridge and Vail. And so I come here any day of the week. I try to avoid weekends like any other mountain, but if I have to come on the weekends because my friends are in town, I'm still never waiting on a lift line that's longer than like 2 minutes, really. And it's got some of the best terrain. And side note, there's a 500-acre expansion coming to Copper, which we'll talk about more towards the end of the video. Today, guys, I'm gonna try to give you a little bit of a walking tour, show you the ins and outs of Copper, the center village, all the different real estate that it has to offer, which there is tons of different options, show you some of the amenities that Copper has to offer, and we'll get into all of that. So if you guys are looking for the ins and outs from a true local who lives the mountain lifestyle, feel free to give me a call. I will tell you about everything that you need to know, the pros, the cons, the trade-offs, the benefits, what real estate you shouldn't buy. Happy to help. So again, give me a call and I'm happy to do it. All right, guys, let's get into Copper Mountain and see what it has to offer. So we just got off of I-70. If you're not familiar with Copper Mountain, it is about 75 miles from Denver. So it's super convenient, one of the closest ski towns to Denver. So what's great about that as a potential buyer is that your investment is going to be protected because you have a deep buyer pool being so close to Denver and being one of the only icon mountains this close to Denver. You've got Woodward Park and Arapahoe Basin, which recently just joined on, but Copper Mountain is probably my favorite because it has a good mix of amenities and fantastic skiing. So when you come off of I-70, you are basically taking this main road here, and this is Copper Road, basically the main street of Copper Mountain. We just drove past the East Village, and now we're gonna head towards the Center Village, which is gonna be our main focus today, as this is where a bulk of the desirable real estate is. So you've got tons of great restaurant and food options in Center Village. And then we're driving past Woodward right now. If you don't know about Woodward, this is basically the Olympic athletes training facility. These are where like Olympic athletes come to train for slopestyle skiing, downhill skiing, all that jazz. There's a go-karting track right here, which will be closed in the winter, obviously filming this at the beginning of September. We're getting into the mud season now. So some of the things will kind of shut down here for mud season. It'll kind of slow down, be a little bit more quiet than usual, which is nice. Like if you want that peaceful resort community feel without all the tourist crowds, right now it's gonna be a great time to be in Copper. So as we head down Copper Road, we're now getting closer to Center Village, and we're gonna park the truck and take a look and see what it has to offer. All right, guys, so we are at the Beeler lot, which is just across Copper Road from the Center Village. I wanna show you right here something that's really great. You come into Center Village, pull into Beeler here. This is a paid parking lot in the wintertime, free in the summertime, but then you've got the Summit Stage right outside one of your condos. I've actually got a listing right here in Passage Point. It's the name of this building. And so we'll go check out one of those units so you can see what the amenities are. But it's nice because you can walk right across the street onto the Summit stage. There's a garage inside Passage Point. So park your car, forget about it while you're here, take the Summit stage anywhere in Summit County. And now we'll head inside Center Village and see what it has to offer. Okay guys, welcome to Center Village. Now, we are walking through the first entryway here. We've got Passage Point just above us here. Plenty of units for sale in this, I believe 3 right now. A thing about Copper is that it does have limited inventory. So I think there's about 20 active listings right now. So before we go on, I just wanted to show you, this is the pool area for Passage Point. So you've got 3 outdoor hot tubs, fitness center. We'll talk more about that when we go to check out. But right now we're walking through and it's pretty quiet right now. Like I said, summer's basically over. We're past Labor Day now. And so Copper is kind of just quiet, peaceful. Man, it feels like I have this whole village to myself, which is really nice. It's peaceful here. So let's talk about some dining options, right? We've got Sauce on Copper. Sauce is a local franchise here in Summit County. There's one in Breckenridge. There's one here. And so great American food options. And then now we're gonna come into Center Village. And so now we're gonna take the bridge across the way. We'll see some more condo buildings and dining and amenities, but check it out. We've got the creek running right through Copper. How beautiful and serene is that? I can actually see a trout in there right now. I don't know if you can see that or not. How cool. And so I know of some folks who will go fly fishing. It's not their first choice, but if you want to fly fish, you're a big fisherman, you can do it right outside, which is great. All right, so now we're pretty much in the heart of Center Village. We can check out some of the amenities. Black Diamond Grill. We've got 2 condo buildings here, Tucker Mountain Lodge and Mill Club. As you can see, guys, it's pretty much dead. Summer's kind of over now, and so it's super peaceful. And that's not to say that things aren't happening in Copper. Last week was the Union Peak Festival. Third Eye Blind play here. The Roots, which is Jimmy Fallon's band from The Tonight Show, I believe. Look how cool this is, by the way. This was roaring the other day. This is a fire pit here with the custom Copper Mountain welded piece. How cool is that? You've got Charter Sports there, Kokomo, which is a little t-shirt shop. You've got Mammut here, another t-shirt shop over there, real estate office here, Surefoot down the way for ski boot and ski rentals. I mean, look how awesome this is walking up to the mountain. It feels like you're in a European village. It's absolutely incredible in here. Now, as we get closer to Center Village, we've got the Copper One Lodge to our right. This is probably some of the most sought after real estate. Currently nothing for sale because it is so sought after, but a lot of these units do have balconies that are overlooking the American Eagle lift. As you can see, we've got construction going on over here. They're getting hard to work for that 500-acre expansion like I talked about. But this is Copper Mountain, basically in a nutshell. This is the Center Village here. And what I really like about Copper in the wintertime, so this whole like horseshoe-shaped area right here is covered in snow. And so it kind of makes a nice landing area for all of the tourists when they come to ski. I feel like a lot of the resorts like Breckenridge, Vail, Keystone, they don't really have like a landing where people can kind of like take their time, take their ski boots off, just hang out. But here it's like you have all this space here for that. So people are kind of not running into each other, especially got some steeper runs right here coming off the mountain. If some people don't know how to slow down or something, it's nice to have this big landing area. But the American Eagle lifts right there has some gondolas and some chair lifts that'll take you up the mountain. And yeah, so again, as we go farther west, easier terrain. As you come farther east, more advanced terrain. So there's a nice separation. Eagle Barbecue over there, ticket office right there, Starbucks, 10 Mile Tavern, Mill Club, Condo, Sawmill Pizza, and Tap House, Camp Hale, Outfitters, Jack's, great spot to go grab a beer once you're done skiing, or a Bloody Mary or whatever. If you're in après ski, that's kind of where it's at. Actually, I'll come show you this real quick because this is pretty cool for those of you with kids. Okay guys, now check this out. They're actually busting it down for the winter season, but that is a patch of snow in September. Keep in mind, it hasn't snowed since about May. So what's cool about that little patch of snow is that's where Woodward sets up their summer park. So if you have a kid who's into skiing, you can send them there and they can ski all summer long to their heart's content. There's a little adventure center there with like kind of a high ropes course. And so they have that also. Yeah, super cool to have that. No other resort prioritizes park skiing. Vail has kind of gone away with it for the most part. And a lot of locals have talked about how they've kind of ruined Keystone's park because they don't care about it anymore. But Copper is home to Woodward, and Woodward certainly cares about it. And hence why we get a lot of major slope style athletes, Olympic athletes that come from Copper because they have the opportunity to do it year round. And if you have kids who are into it or grandkids that are into it, they have that option all year round. Super cool, unlike any other resort here in Summit County. All right, guys, let's talk a little bit about the neighborhoods that are offered here in Copper Mountain. So as I mentioned earlier in the video, you've got your East Village, Center Village, and West Village all have an arrangement of condos, townhomes, and then Lewis Ranch has some single family homes. There's one currently listed for $7.5 million. So this is for ultra high net worth individuals who really value privacy and luxury while still having the access to the ski resort, being able to ski into the home or walk to town and walk on the bike path or take your bike over to Vail, something like that. But we have condos that range from 900 to about a little over 2 million. The 3-bedroom I'm going to show you right now is listed currently at 1.95. It is currently under contract, so it is unavailable as of making this video, but there are options here. And all of these condos, for the most part, come with HOA. And the HOAs are great because they're going to manage everything for you. So it's a total lock and leave situation. So if you value convenience and you want everything to be taken care of for you so you can just show up and enjoy the time here, these condos are going to be great because the HOA, again, is going to take care of most everything for you. So you don't really have to lift a finger. At this price point, that's something that I would expect. So just know if you want to go deeper into the actual costs of each individual condo complex, just reach out to me, give me a call, text me, email me, and we can go into detail about what each condo has to offer. But that's kind of a general overview of the real estate here in Copper Mountain. Before we go on, I thought it'd be kind of fun to show you this huge Adirondack chair. It might not be coming through in the video, but it's massive. Very cool. I'm sure the kids are gonna love that, as well as that rock climbing wall over there. Like I said, tons of things for the whole family to do here in Copper Mountain. So one of the reasons I really love it, especially with a kid on the way, we're gonna be spending a lot of time here doing après ski with the music, or taking them on adventures or on the bike path or go-karting or Woodward or whatever. So if you have kids, this is a great opportunity for you guys. You should be looking at Copper Mountain because I think it's severely undervalued right now. Okay, so now we are at Passage Point. This is the main drive coming in. So you can have folks come here, drop off the kids and the family, and they can kind of get situated in the main lobby, which we'll go into right now. So we got card access, which is nice. Keeps the public out of the building. And you've got this nice grand entrance with this big fireplace, gas insert. The wood is just decorative. So we have a little wet bar here, as well as some couches, and the fireplace is pass through. So if you want to hang out here, you certainly can do that. And then we've got an elevator over there, and we'll go check out the one unit so you have an idea of what they're kind of like. But first, we'll go check out the fitness room and hot tubs. So what I really like about Passage Point's fitness area is that it's really extensive. A lot of fitness areas in condo complex don't really come with a lot of space. So to have all of this space plus cable machine over here, it's kind of, it's spacious. That's the best way to put it. So you're not on top of everybody when you're working out. So 4, 5, 6 people could be working out at a time down here, which makes it more desirable in my opinion. And then we've got the pools out here. So you can see a couple of pools right there with some seating over there. There's some people out there, so I don't want to disturb the peace. This gives you a nice idea of what the condo has to offer for amenities. Now let's go upstairs and check out the unit. Now, before we enter this unit, some other amenities you should know about Passage Point. We have a conference room, we have ski lockers, and we have underground heated garage parking, which is awesome. And the elevator goes down there as well, which means you're going to have easy access to throw all of your bags onto a luggage cart. and come right up to your unit. And here is the unit. Like I mentioned, unfortunately, this is under contract if you're looking for something currently, but this gives you an idea of what a 3-bedroom unit is like. As you can see, open floor plan, you've got a nice galley kitchen here, but it's not like a hotel galley kitchen where everybody's on top of each other. You have good countertop space here. You can even add a little pantry here, which I've seen other units in this building do just that. Nice open living area with a moss rock gas insert, fireplace, plenty of space for entertainment. And you've got dining area over here. You've got bedrooms on either side, primary suite right there. But I want to come out here and show you what makes these units so great, especially if you're not on the bottom floor. But you come out here and you literally have views of Copper Mountain. So you can see the snow conditions in real time and decide whether or not it's the right day to go skiing. And then this particular unit has an extended, oversized deck. So you have enough space for outdoor furniture, and you even get views of the famous sky shoots over there. The reason it's called sky, it's hard to see, but this one to the left, shaped like an S, this one is K, and that one is Y to spell sky. Just some good old Copper Mountain geography for you. And you're kind of overlooking the amenities here as well, but it's not like anybody's really looking into your unit, which is nice about being on the 3rd floor. You've got trees out here, so you're kind of private. You don't have the Mill Club or Tucker Mountain Lodge looking over at you. You do have these units here, but hey, you're in a condo building. You're here to have a good time, and so is everybody else. So that's great. And then let's see the bedroom situation. We've got a couple of owner's closets right there. Really nice to have. And then we come into the main bedroom, and we'll pretend like you just bought the place and you're waking up for the first morning, and check it out. Oh, how cool is that? That is just superb. Looking right at the ski resort. And then we've got a nice spacious bathroom, double sink, vanity, jacuzzi tub, and stall shower. Okay guys, so you've seen some of what Copper has to offer in terms of amenities and lifestyle. You've seen a unit for sale. You've seen the ski resort. I mean, the Passage Point's great. You've got the heated walkway going right there. So one of the best positioned condos in Copper, in my opinion. But there are definitely some trade-offs to know about Copper. And so the biggest thing really is the limited walkability outside of Copper. You've got, walkability to the Center Village or the golf course or to Woodward or whatever. But once you get outside of Copper, it's pretty much just Interstate 70. So you're gonna have to drive to get to a shopping like King Soopers if you need to go grocery shopping, Lowe's for DIY projects, which I've talked about before. But yeah, this is like walkability is kind of just in the village. So once you're here, you're kind of here. And if you need to get something bigger, then you need to go about 10 to 15 minutes down the road to get to those amenities. There are fewer restaurants and really not a lot of nightlife in Copper Mountain. It's not necessarily a party resort. I mean, as far as ski resorts go, during the day, you'll see some après-ski DJs come along, some live music. There's things going on the mountain, especially at the new Airy Lodge, which is a really great addition to Copper Mountain. But besides the few restaurants that are here, you're kind of limited on options. If you want some better, more fancy dining options, you're gonna head towards Frisco and Breckenridge. For those, this is a smaller market here. As I said before, only 20 active residential listings right now. So there's fewer resale comps. So sometimes the values are skewed here because certain units just might not show as well or need a ton of work, or somebody just wants a particular unit. Like in this case, I can't say what the price is yet, but we're past all of our deadlines. We're gonna close, and it's gonna be the most expensive 3-bed to ever sell in Copper in what is right now a softened market. So Copper is kind of unique in that way, and why I still think there's plenty of room for growth here in Copper. And the biggest reason I think you're going to see a lot of growth is because of the 500-acre expansion that Copper is set to do. We are going to have the new highest chairlift in North America competing against Breckenridge's Imperial chairlift, but this is 500 acres of expert terrain. So if skiing is your life, You need to get into a place now, because when these 500 acres are finished, it is going to bring an insane amount of value to Copper. So basically, if you're looking to live in Copper Mountain, it's kind of best for, like I said, skiers who that's your whole life. You love to ski. You're getting 30, 40, 50 days a year at minimum, and probably more if you're gonna live here full time, but you really like privacy and a little bit more of a quieter village type feel. Same thing with families. If you want a quieter, safer community. Buyers who want a legacy estate without the Aspen or Breck pricing, go to Lewis Ranch. There's a couple of estates there. One that's listed at $7.5 million right now, probably a bit overpriced. And then investors who are looking for long-term appreciation, there's tons of condos here right now that are unrestricted in the short-term rental pool as far as Summit County goes. So you can come in here, pay cash for a property, and start renting it right away and start generating some revenue right out the gate. It's gonna be tough to cash flow in any situation here in Summit County unless you're paying, 70% down all the way up to full cash. And so the investment really is made long-term. So there you guys have it. This is Copper Mountain, Colorado. My name is Anthony Soul with Live Sotheby's International Realty, your local real estate guide and true local who's been here exploring all of the mountain towns for you guys and showing you the ins and outs so you know exactly what to expect when you get here. If you're looking to relocate here, I have a relocation guide in the description below. If you are a luxury buyer looking for something like that $7.5 million estate in Lewis Ranch, I have a luxury buyer's insider kit that shows you some off-market exclusives, as well as everything you need to know about each of these luxury neighborhoods that Summit County has to offer. And if you just want to chat about what it's like to live in Summit County or to visit here, to see different things, see if it's right or not for you, just give me a call, text me, email me. We can chat about it. No sweat off my back. I'm here to help you guys. Thank you so much for watching this week's video, and I will see you in the next one.